Why the Chicken Crossed the Road, A Festive Fowl's Journey for the Golden Pumpkin and Mitt Quick Pump, a Holiday Tale by James Devers. Once upon a snowy December evening, a chicken named Cluckford Featherstein stood at the edge of a busy street, staring pensively at the other side. It was not just any road. It was a bustling thoroughfare decorated with twinkling Christmas lights, carolers belting out holiday classics, and an assortment of vehicles laden with pine trees and oversized gift boxes. But Cluckford had no time to marvel at the festive scene. He had a mission, a purpose grander than the plumpest Christmas turkey: to acquire a bottle of golden pumpkin and a bottle of Herba Re-Leaf pump. Cluckford wasn't your average chicken. He was a bird of sophistication, with a penchant for gourmet flavors and holistic remedies. After all, winter was tough on poultry. The dry air made his feathers brittle, and the holiday stress, what with dodging becoming the centerpiece of Christmas dinners, had him clucking up a storm. That's where the Herba Re-Leaf pump, a poultry-approved herbal wellness tonic, came into play. And the golden pumpkin? A seasonal delicacy. It was the eggnog of the chicken world, a velvety elixir that made even the iciest nights feel warm. The problem? Both bottles were located at Mrs. Featherbottom's general store, across the road. Cluckford tightened his tiny red scarf, a gift from his cousin Henrietta, who had a flair for knitting, and adjusted his Santa hat. The road was wide, icy, and filled with potential poultry flattening hazards. He watched as cars zipped by one after another, some blasting holiday tunes, others honking impatiently. A snowman on the sidewalk waved cheerfully, though Cluckford suspected the waving might have been the wind. He took a deep breath. "This isn't just about me," Cluckford muttered. "This is about self-care. This is about living my best life this Christmas." Cluckford wasn't going to wing it. Oh no, he had a plan. Step 1, wait for a gap in traffic. Step 2, dodge the rogue Christmas float, an oversized gingerbread house on wheels he'd seen earlier. Step 3, avoid Clarence, the neighborhood cat, who, rumor had it, had a taste for drumsticks. As the street cleared, Cluckford made his move. With a combination of brisk waddles and fluttery hops, he began his crossing. The wind howled, carrying with it the scent of roasted chestnuts and peppermint mochas. A passing car full of children shouted, "Look, a Christmas chicken!" Cluckford paused, preening slightly. He wasn't a Christmas chicken per se, but he appreciated the attention. Just as Cluckford reached the halfway point, disaster struck. A rogue snowball, thrown by a mischievous kid, landed squarely on the ground in front of him, creating a slushy obstacle. Not one to be deterred, Cluckford leapt over it with the grace of a bird who knew his worth. But his troubles weren't over. Clarence, the aforementioned cat, appeared from behind a snowbank, eyes gleaming. "Well, well," Clarence purred, licking his whiskers. "Isn't this a holiday treat?" Cluckford wasn't about to become an hors d'oeuvre. "Not today, Clarence," he clucked, puffing up his feathers. "I've got a Christmas spirit and a shopping list to attend to." Clarence hesitated, perhaps moved by Cluckford's determination, or perhaps distracted by a jingling bell in the distance. Either way, Cluckford seized the moment and bolted toward the far sidewalk. At last, Cluckford arrived at Mrs. Featherbottom's general store, which was a veritable wonderland of holiday cheer. Strings of popcorn garlands hung from the ceiling, and the air smelled of cinnamon and pine. Mrs. Featherbottom herself, a kindly old hen with wire-rimmed glasses, greeted him warmly. "Cluckford, my dear, what brings you here on such a chilly night?" Cluckford adjusted his scarf and smiled. "I'll take 1 bottle of golden pumpkin and 1 bottle of Herba Re-Leaf pump, please. Mrs. Featherbottom clucked approvingly as she wrapped the bottles in festive paper. "You've got good taste, Cluckford. Stay safe out there." With his prized purchases tucked under his wing, Cluckford made the trek back home, dodging traffic, snowballs, and one particularly aggressive snowblower. Once safely inside his coop, he poured himself a glass of golden pumpkin and raised it to the sky. To self-care, to Christmas cheer, and to roads crossed, he declared. And from that day forward, whenever anyone asked, why did the chicken cross the road? The answer was clear: for the love of golden pumpkin and Herba Re-Leaf Quick Pump. And maybe, just maybe, for a little holiday magic.